Hey Planet Poke people, what's going on? It's me, Gen Z, and it's time to play Pokemon Conquest. Our ambitions today are the Cresselia Kingdom, home to Bug-type Pokemon. So any Fire, Flying, and Rock-type allies that we have on our side, we should bring to battle. Lucky for us, the first kingdom we took over is Ignis. So by this point in the game, you should have plenty of firepower on your side, as we do. Half of our team are fire fighters, and they are strong. Look, Riku, he knows he will not surrender. We will succeed in all our ambitions to conquer! The peaceful kingdom of Cresselia.
Oh, Pokemari, just so fun and glorious!
Lord Yoshimoto, someone has come to challenge you to battle.
Oh, and little Barbeque just gets more adorable by the day. Oh.
Lord Yoshimoto!
Oh!
Your opponent in battle is to be Gen Z.
Gen Z, is he the one who's been expanding his territory in the north? Or the other one? Oh, it doesn't matter as long as they want to play Pokemari with me. I don't care who they are.
Lord Yoshimoto.
Come, Gen Z, to the battlefield where we will play to our heart's content.
Okay, so we've got to take on this clown of Cresselia. Our power levels dwarf his, so I'm not concerned. We'll show you what we're made of! Half of our team are fiery foes for you, so prepare to have your bugs burnt. But his army also consists of that icy cold woman with a spiel. Thankfully, it only has Icy Wind, I believe.
This battlefield was designed so that we might play Pokemari. Come, let us begin without further ado.
So we have to play Pokemari in this field of battle. It's not just about winning, it's about avoiding being clobbered by these gigantic balls. Trying to use them to your advantage. Unfortunately, we're one space away from actually having them be useful for us and our pigs, so we will just continue our path and hold the fire line tight. Let them come to us, that sort of thing. The way that you activate the Pokemari Pokeballs, well, they're not really Pokeballs, they're these gigantic, colorful balls wrapped in rope. The way that you activate them and get them to work on your side is by having your Pokemon go up to them on either of the four angles and attack it. What you have to be looking out for is to make sure that you're not in the line of fire of one of those Pokemari balls, because if they come smashing and bouncing your way, it will take a massive amount of damage. That's why I didn't put Charmander or any of my other half of the firefighting team in the line of that Pokemari ball that Pineco just got close to, because if Charmander was there, Pineco could have waged damage on me from all the way over there, even though I'm pretty sure Pineco's move is you have to be right next to it, so it doesn't matter where the Pokemon is in relation to yours, so long as you smack the ball first and deal out damage to your opponent. The Pokemari ball can be your best friend. I really think this map is fun for the Pokemari ball element of it all. And let's go for a super effective hit, since I believe if we just attack Spiel, it would be normally effective. Water, Ice type. Water makes it so that the Ice type can only be hit normally effectively. That's the counterbalance of dual types. Oh no! We got in a trap! That's another thing about this map that is a little tricky that you have to look out for. It's not my favorite element of this map. I love the Pokemari balls a lot more, but traps are always annoying. We got poisoned early on. That's never a good sign either. Hopefully one of our warriors have the warrior skill to cure poison. I'm not sure which one does, but if we do, hopefully I can activate it. So traps will spring up on the map randomly at times, and it's good for you and good for your opponent at some times. It really depends, and there's not much I can say on how you predict these traps. Oh, you've got to be kidding me! But it will oftentimes mess up a perfect shot like that. Here's what I'm hoping, that freaking, what is it called, Venipede. Still remembering the 5th gen moves. I know I should know them, or 5th gen Pokemon. I know I should know them all by now, but still, get them mixed up with the Japanese ones. Damn you, importing! That's why I didn't care to do Black 2 and White 2. I'll wait till it's in my language. No need to confuse myself more, but Venipede... No! It did figure out the Pokemari ball is in perfect line to attack 3 of my Pokemon. That was brutal. Oh man, and 2 of my members are already poisoned. My last match with Yoshimoto really went a lot better. I tell you, the Pokemari balls swept his team. But that's the fun part of coming onto this map, is that there is an air of randomness to it, so as skilled as your warriors are, you may still sustain damage that you don't think was necessary. And great, not only is Charmander in the trap, but now Tepig is caught in between two allies and an enemy. Thankfully, his Ember was reaching. And Jiggles, give him the double slap. Double slap attack! Whoopsh. Oh, come on. Gotta miss? Of course you do. Why wouldn't you? Haha, I had a feeling it was the mage that had the detox power. Now, Darumaka and Jiggles are all back to full health. Hopefully on the next double slap doesn't get another poison point.
Ujichika, fantabulous! I just can't get over how tenacious you are.
Yeah, this entire kingdom is just a captivity area for clowns, it seems. Yeah, you are in trouble with your low HP. I wish I could get Eevee back. Oh, and of course, the poison point. Or not even the poison point, just poisoning from poison sting. Darn it. I do notice that this game has a higher rate of you getting poisoned than, say, you would from a poison sting in the main RPG. Just an observation. And you get gold for it. Darn you, you greedy bastard. Attacking my Pokemon and then taking some winnings for it in the form of gold? I cannot let this happen. It is a disgrace! So strategies for winning this thing, it's pretty self-explanatory. I really must compliment the game on what Oichi does every turn before you enter that kingdom that you're going to try and do a takeover on. Oh, finally. The gates have been lowered, and we can move Eevee and Charmander freely once more. Don't test that button, people. If you stay on it, the trap will rise again. So don't think you can get a move on your opponent that was facing you and dealing damage while you were in a weakened state. Don't think that's possible, because if you stay on the button, you're screwed. But that's fine, because Eevee can move about freely now. And I don't recommend bringing grass types to this place. You know, that's very nice that the game has Oichi tell you what types work well here and what types don't. It makes this game have no entry barriers to play. This means that if you don't even know one thing, not even the beginning of Pokemon, that they could even evolve, or what a fire type, grass type, and water type relationship means, then the game will guide you through it. You don't need to know anything about Pokemon per se, and that's one of the things that makes this a really spectacular game. It stands up on its own just because of the gameplay and the mechanics. It doesn't get super complex like the metagame of the RPG. There's only attack, defense, and speed that you have to worry about, and you have the game, at least in this first part of the main game, guiding you through what to use and what not to use when facing these certain foes. And as you could probably guess, we're going to see a kingdom for each type that is available in Pokemon. So Steel type and Dark types and Ground types, I'm sure, will eventually come across. Something that would be really cool to see if they ever made a sequel of this game, and I know this one just came out, so talking about a sequel is a tad ridiculous, but hey, I love it so much I would suggest it. It would be really interesting if they had dual-type kingdoms. That would be fascinating. So the dual types would be there. So if you had a grass water, you'd have Ludicolo. If you had perhaps maybe even let's see, a fire flying. Yeah, what else is fire flying? That's the only thing I'm trying to think. I know Charizard is, but I don't know any other Pokemon that is. But you get the idea. It would be a cool way to have multiple types. It doesn't have to all be dual types. It could just be fire types and flying types there. And it could be ruled over by two warlords that have come to an agreement with each other to be allies and combine their power. It would be interesting! And since Pineco is pretty well handled with my fire Pokemon, and Tepig is kinda Tefrozen right now, plus that trap is there too, so even if I wanted to use an Ember, I couldn't step a square back. That's kind of the downfall of Pokemon that need a space or so to launch their move, is that you're trapped in tight quarters when it comes to these traps, which is why I don't like them whatsoever. But Jigglypuff and Oichi's Sweet Song gives our team a boost. And come on, Jigglypuff, how hard is it to slap a Seawaddle? It's right there. It's right there. Okay, well, Charmander's just gonna have to take a turn to move this way. Darumaka can do his thing, because, quite frankly, Flame Wheel that Darumaka does with his run-up ability does a lot more damage than Charmander's Little Ember. And no rocks on Charmander, it's all good. You all got your advantages and play a vital role in this army of mine. But you have to know when to deploy your toughest forces. Remember, we're on a turn limit here. We do not have infinite time to play Pokemari, as Yoshimoto suggests. See, that's how he gets you. He's a nice clown, you think, ah, look at the fat little clown, or fat big clown. He's not really little, is he? Seems like he really eats many rice balls. Or whatever would really... Oh, that's nice. Poison finished off Seawaddle. Or whatever would make him grow to that level. Who knows? Maybe he's stuffing some poffins in his face when nobody's looking. He's like,
oh, I know these are funny Pokemons, but oh, I love them in my mouth.
You never know with that guy. Never could. But he wears down your defenses by making you think he's a clown. He wears the clown getup, but it's not even a clown getup. It's truly kabuki makeup. That's just my very unsophisticated knowledge of Japan coming out saying he looks like a clown when really he's a kabuki artist and someone highly regarded in his era. But to everyone else here in America, he looks like someone who is not to be taken seriously. I mean, all he wants to do is play with balls. He doesn't even want to battle. He's like,
oh, I play with my balls. They're the best. They're Pokemari balls.
I always thought that was very funny that the franchise chose Orbs balls to keep Pokemon in, because the innuendo chances that they have. I remember they did something in Trozy that was really facepalm worthy, but it is hilarious. So most, yes, all in fact, not most, but all of our warriors hung on, even through the poison, through the fire, through the ice, through the balls. Our team stood strong. Yeah, we might as well even just put Tepig in the trap. It's ridiculous. He can't do a thing. Yeah, so don't spend too much time walking around and playing with Pokemari balls. Use them to your advantage, but if they're out of your way and you're dealing a good enough damage on Yoshimoto's army already, you don't have to worry about it. 3 fire Pokemon is a good number to bring. You might want to bring more if you think that it's not enough, but just be sure you don't bring any of the grass types. Bring any other type, just don't bring the grass types. You'll have to wait till another kingdom takeover to use them once more in a beneficial way. Don't worry, all your warriors will get their chance to shine on the battlefield, but you have to know when to deploy them. It's a big part of this game, and taking it for granted will not result in victory. Now let me try something now that it's my turn. First of all, Charmander, now that he's over on the other side, walked on through to the other side. He walked on through, yeah! We can launch a little bit of an ember. However we can singe our Pokemon best, that's what works. Not our Pokemon, but our enemy's Pokemon! And now, let's try this with Darumaka. Yes, he's on the button, but he has to take a running charge in order to launch his attack, so it's not like he sits on the button. Attack successful. Just wanted to know if that worked. So, cool! If you have a Darumaka on your team, Cresselia Castle can be yours. Cresselia, however you want to pronounce it, can be yours. And Darumaka won't be affected by the button trap if you're running up on it. If you land on it, however, I can't say good things will happen to you. And we got some of Yoshimoto's inferior army. I only say they're inferior because of my fire types singeing them to cinders.
Oh, so the battle's over. No more fun.
Lord Yoshimoto, you must understand, as a result of losing this battle, you are no longer the warlord of Cresselia.
Oh?
Oh! Ahem.
Well, after that embarrassing defeat, I don't think we'll be seeing Yoshimoto around these parts anytime soon. But that is this episode of Pokemon Conquest. Remember everyone to subscribe to Planet Poke for more excellent Conquest content, and of course other excellent creators' content as well, such as battles, other walkthroughs, card openings, and a whole assortment of other cool things. One that I could really point out to check out if you're new to Planet Poke is Poke Flips, a super hilarious series I hope you all see. I'm DioGenZ, and I will see you next episode.